Can all the regional directors please come to the left side to see with Jen before and after closing session? And everyone else, please come in and sit down.
Back way. Okay. Say something.
Hi, choosing the best region convention.
Not just what to do. You opted to spend your year in Israel as a participant in the team. Now this Monday evening, you're getting on a plane and you're going back home to Israel. The text says, Natati lachem, it's the plural. Because in a sense, you represented and represent us. That's why it's lachem. Because when you go to Israel, a little bit of us goes with you. We want to thank you for standing for that and for so many other Jewish values, Robert. We thank you for all you've done this year, for the courage, the integrity. And on behalf of this organization, I discharge you as Communications Vice President. Then read out Membership Kadima Vice President. Now, Va'ani ekavetz et she'erit tzoni, from Jeremiah, and I will gather the remnant of my flock. Likavetz is to bring together, and that's what you did. You tried to talk to all of the tzom, to all of us, those of us who are here, and those of us who are not here but should be. Those of us who have opted for what is the single best Jewish youth organization in the world, that's USY. For those of us who didn't and should. Beth, you brought about some incredible things. And you know, just one more is so Jewish. Because the rabbis teach us that every single person counts. If I lose one person, that's the STAND project, if I lose one person, I lose a world. And you care. And I think the message that we want to take from that is that each and every one of us should care. That each and every one of us should go back and bring in just one more and just 10 more so that they'll be here so that next year we will have twice as many, God willing, and we'll have the kind of USY that reaches out to those people
I wanted to get you on there.
You cared about membership, you cared about Kadima, you cared about people. And you helped us to kavetz et she'erit hatzon. You helped us to gather in hatzon. And on behalf of this organization, we thank you, and I discharge you as membership Kadima Vice President. Blue Garden. Social Action People Garden. Jody, from the L'Chadodi of Erev Shabbat, which all of us, please God, will sing loud and clear this Erev Shabbat, wherever we are. Bach Yechasu Aniyei Ami. The poor of my people shall trust in you. There are a lot of Aniyim in this world. Too many. Too many. You help us to care about these Aniyim. But the text says, Bach Yechasu Aniyei Ami. It's talking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, really. And it's saying that ultimately we all have to have emunah and trust in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in God. You help us to care about those who are not as fortunate as us. Social action meant action, and you helped us to show that one has to act and not just talk. You care. You care deeply. And that's a sign of leadership, to care deeply. And all of us who saw you caring knew that you did it because you believed in what you were fighting for, as I believe all of us do. Tikkun Olam means making a better world. It's really what it's all about. It's an incredible choice for our program, because it's more than just tzedakah. There's no program like it in God's world. There's no program like it. And you helped us to make Tikkun Olam, as we heard last night from Jules, that much better and more effective than it's ever been before. On behalf of this organization, on behalf of all of us, we say thank you, and I can discharge you as State of God's President. Mark's for religious education. Vayikra, Shmartem et kol chukotai ve'et kol mishpotai v'asitem otam. And you shall keep all my laws and all my judgments and perform them. Chok is that which we do even if we don't know the reason. Mishpat is that which we do and we see the reason. Both have to be done when we're talking about God's Torah. V'asitem otam, and perform it. You know, in a way, there is no word in Hebrew for religion. We say gospel. It's not quite the same. Because to us, everything is religious. Whatever we do, mitzvot ben adam ha'makom, mitzvot ben adam ha'chavero, mitzvot b'shmin ha'asem God, Shabbat Kashrut, mitzvot ben adam ha'chavero, not slamming, not gossiping, not causing pain. And religious education meant caring about that. Religious education meant caring about those who identified with the echelon of society. It meant caring about so much. Mark, you gave us real leadership in your areas as well as part of the international executive. You helped us to understand that both chok and mishpat are necessary in this world. You helped us to remember that that really is what it's all about. We want to thank you. I want to thank you for many, many things. On behalf of this organization, on behalf of all of us, I discharge you as Religious Education Vice President. Reuven Lerner, Executive Vice President. I thought we were very yesterday. We had a holiday reception the other night, and I used to go with my head as a star. That's okay. I think you're going to get away from the convention? No way. Reuven. Yeah, well, okay. The quote I chose, which you all recognize. B'chol levacha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol ma'odecha. B'chol levacha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol ma'odecha. With You, together with your fellow officers, have done an awful lot. One of your areas was Israel. And Lee and I remember those early meetings of Israel Affairs in our spacious home in 320, where we had a kiosk in our home with about 35, 40 people in sleeping bags. Parents don't listen. It was just fascinating. But in different rooms. And really, you know, us. From the time that we began to work together, you gave all of your legs, and all of your nefesh, and all of your might. And that really is what made possible so many things. Just one example. That this Sunday evening, for the first time in the history of USY, there are going to be people, most of whom are at this convention right now, who are getting on a plane and going for the first Khalid seminar in Israel. You'll be on that plane, and that's a personal triumph for you. This discharging of officers is not meant to recount all of the triumphs of you, all of the accomplishments you and your fellow officers went to. But the quote I chose makes a point to all of us. You can never, ever give enough. B'chol levacha, b'chol nafshecha, b'chol modecha is really what it's all about. You showed us that, you show us that, and we need it. And perhaps most important, everything that you did and everything you do in a Jewish way. And that's something we should never, ever take for granted. It is a rare privilege to have worked with you, your fellow officers. I could go on, but I'll stop there. And those who know that which I've left out understand how much more I could say about you and all. On behalf of this organization, we thank you, and I do discharge you. Lastly, the person you chose a year ago to serve as your International United Synagogue Youth President, Hillary Buck. My heart is in the east, and I am at the end of the west. Now, Yehuda Halevi was not thinking of Chicago or New York. He was thinking of Yerushalayim. And it seemed to us that that was an appropriate quote for Hillary Buck at an international convention where the theme was the land and the people, where so many incredibly exciting things happened on Israel and about Israel to us because of what we did together. But the other thing I liked about the quote was that it talked about lead. You know, in Judaism, the lead is not, it's more than just the heart. It symbolizes what we feel. It symbolizes how we act. B'chol levacha means with all of your intent, with all of your integrity, with all of yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, the person that you selected to serve as your president cared. And one way that you always knew how Hillary cared was because when she spoke, she rarely, if ever, failed to mention things like Shabbat and Kashrut and study. And that's what conservative Judaism is all about, and being a Jew and caring. And that was the message we heard you give to us over and over and over again. We've been through a lot this year. It's been a very interesting year. It's been a good year. USY is much richer than it was before. USY High, Chalutzim, so many other programs, chauffeur sounding squads, mitzvot, reaching out, membership, everything. All these things, and that's just a few, ultimately come because the person we chose, you chose, we chose, you chose to be our leader, our president, cared. But we can never forget what the quote says.
Aaron.
And that is that ultimately we have a dream. The dream is that we'll ultimately, whenever it comes, all be together in one place. And that has to be stated. I don't know when, but that's what we talk about when we say the prayers to Siddur. Look at what we said this morning. And look at the tefillah and look what they say. Shortly, we're going to scatter the Arba Kanfot Haaretz from the four corners of the earth. And the tefillah says, V'alim Shalom Me Arba Kanfot Haaretz. Bring us back, Komiyot, upright, from the four corners of the earth, the Yad Singer. Livi b'mizrach, v'ani b'sof ma'arav. Livenu b'mizrach, v'anachnu b'ma'arav. Hillary, you've done a number of remarkable things. And those of us who worked with you have never failed to observe how you cared about the right things. About things like Shabbat, and Kashrut, and study. And I gotta tell you that we owe you a great deal. On behalf of the United Synagogue Youth, on behalf of all of us here and those of us who are not here, we thank you, and I discharge you as International President of the USY. We move on to those who you have selected to serve as our leaders for the next year. And first we ask that the individual chosen to serve as Communications Vice President, Shulamit Lerner. Moti et Briti, Behi u'Beincha. Reshit 17:7, and I will establish my covenant between me and you, God says. Now, a Brit, in biblical Hebrew, is always a two-way street. All of the covenants always are two ways. There's communication between man and God. But a bridge between man and God is more than just the kind of communication that goes on here. It's something that lasts. And in a sense, a communications vice president is being asked by us to help us build a bridge, build a covenant, as it were, form and make a covenant, so that we really communicate with each other and understand what it's all about, and together, because Kol Yisrael argues represent all of Israel bound up one to the other, but together we make it a better world. We need you, and we need people like you very badly. We really do. And we hope and pray that the bridge that we made with you at the elections will lead to the kind of year that all of us need, where everybody gets a little bit more turned on to things like Shabbat and Kashrut and study. Communicate, because we need communication. We need to talk to each other. On behalf of the United Synagogue Youth, I install you as the Communications Vice President. Membership Kadima Vice President. Sorry, Rosenfeld, and I will make of you a great nation and will bless you, also will bless you. This convention has asked you to worry about increasing quantity. That's membership. But at the same time, the message that we want to send to you and through you back to USY is that quantity and quality have to go together. That we have to reach out, but at the same time we have to care about what's happening to those who we reach out. That's why Kadima and USY go together, because there's a continuation. Care. Because the way that you bring people into USY is by showing them, that we care. You know it, and I know it. That when someone feels love and care and concern, then they come forward. Show us that. Help us to care, and then hopefully we'll have the second part of the puzzle, the bracha, the blessing, because we need bracha very badly. We need bracha very badly. We need God's bracha in this world today. I install you as membership to the Vice President of the USY. Benji Cooper-Smith, social activist. The bracha after the Haftorah, we have to listen to it. V'la'avat nefesh toshia b'merav yameinu, and bring hope soon to the humble spirit. Hope. Hope. We ask you to help us l'taken et ha'olam, that's tikkun olam, to make a better world. We ask you to lead us in action. Do it by Torah. Teach every chance you get, because teaching is learning, and that's what USY is all about. Teaching and learning going together. Make your leadership one, as with all of your officers, whereby a year from now, we look back and we say, Tocham K'Borah, what they said and what they did stood for something. Give us the kind of leadership that in a world that is difficult will help through USY, which is a means to not an end, through USY to make a better world. On behalf of the United Synagogue Youth, we install you as social action people. Joshua. Tahor, pure, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God. Yefezkel. As I said before, when we were saying goodbye to your predecessor, it's God and it's people. It's us and it's God's message in a world which desperately needs God's message. And education is what USY really is all about. And everything is religious education. And all the projects that were and are and will continue, and please God, all the new projects that will be. It's not an easy world in which to lead. And yours, like your fellow officers, is not an easy task. I think I speak for all of us when I say that we ask you to give us the leadership that we need. To give us the leadership so we'll know that at USY and conservative Judaism, everything is religion, because whatever I do, what is the Jewish way to do it is the question I ask. Give us leadership. We need it. On behalf of this organization and on behalf of all those not here, but very much here through us, we install you as religious education. Eddie Bernstein, Executive Vice President. Arise, walk through the land, its length and its breadth, for to you will I give it. You also getting up playing on Saturday night with the Hudson seminar. And you're going to walk the length and the breadth of this land that we call Israel. But I have to say something. Israel is not just another country, or La Goyim, a light into the nations. And we're asking you to help us to remind the world that there is an Israel because of what it stands for. Never to forget what it stands for. That Torah and Israel go together. That God and Torah and Israel go together. That God, Torah, Israel, and Am Yisrael, that we all go together. That it's one. And that's the message that we want to convey. We would hope that every single person in USY, at one point during his or her USY career, opts to follow in your footsteps and the others who have gone before you are going with you, or will go ahead, be it the or be it the control, what have you, because that's what it's all about, first going there. It's more than that. We need the message of Israel here in the diaspora. Kol Yisrael Ayavim Zeh B'Zeh. We're all bound up with each other. And we need each other desperately. Don't ever let us forget that. We did a magnificent thing this week. We took a theme. We took a whole week of living together, and something happened. And the sum is greater. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Something happened. And you could feel it. You could feel it yesterday morning. You could feel it Monday night. You could feel it throughout the convention. We have to build on that. We have to build on the message that the Israeli youth gave us when they went throughout this land. We have to build on the message when Israelis are with us on wheels buses. And when we go throughout this land on that program. And you have to help us do that. We need the leadership and the commitment that you and your fellow officers reside. Please give it. On behalf of the United Synagogue Youth, this convention, I install you as Executive Vice President. And last, the person that you chose to serve as the International President of the United Synagogue Youth, David Bianco. David, the quote that I chose, חזק ואמץ, כי אתה תנחיל את העם הזה, את הארץ אשר השבעתי לאבותם לתת להם. Be strong and resolute, for you shall cause this people to inherit the land that I swore to their fathers to give to them. Yoshua, חזק ואמץ. There are a lot of people that are counting on you, hoping and praying that you and your fellow officers will give us leadership, which we need so desperately. At a time when so many of our leaders do not personify that which they preach, you do, and that's crucial. There are a lot of people in a world that is hardly perfect that need your leadership. In a world where there are those who would like to move us out of our land, Israel. In a world where there are problems here in America, and our honorary international president can speak of those in terms of our own personal experiences. In a world where all is not perfect, it's hardly a perfect world. Unless we stand for something, we stand for nothing. And God knows we need you to help us stand for something. And that something is Torah. It really is. It's Torah in the most sophisticated, complex sense of the word. Learning and living. This convention, representing the United Synagogue Youth, representing the United Synagogue of America, representing the conservative movement, representing all the Jews that are here and that should be but aren't here in USY, representing so many different groups, said, be our president for the year ahead. And those of us who have gone through it can tell you without any fear of contradiction, it will not be an easy year. I promise you, it will not be an easy year. You have my word of honor. It will be a difficult year. And there will be challenges and problems and crises and emergencies, some of which we can anticipate and some of which we can't. And some of them may be organizational and some of them will be global. Some of them will go far beyond USY and far beyond the United Synagogue. Because what's going on in the world today is scary. We don't live in simple times. We really don't. And we need people like you to stand up for what it's all about. And that's the message we want to give you. And I've mentioned these words enough times so you know where I'm coming from. Shabbat and Kashrut and Talmud Torah, which means study. And if there's a Jew who doesn't study every day, that's not a Say Torah Chad Keva, make your study fixed. And I tell you, study did not and does not stop with bar and bat mitzvah. And that's the message we need. But it's more than that. It's showing us by action as well as by word that what one does in terms of relationships with each other as well. Don't hurt another person. And there's enough hurt and pain in the world. And you have to show us how to prevent that. You have to help us to make it a better world. We very, very much need you. I will tell you that USY, United Synagogue Youth, has something I don't know any other entity that has that. Whatever the reasons, it's that ability to stand for what we say we are and to do what we say and to be what we say we are. And that's something incredibly important in this world. Because that's why we're still here. As I said once upon a time, remember, never forget, one of the first things they did when they tried to destroy us over the generations was burn our books. Because they knew how important study was to survival. It teaches how important Torah is to survival. I could go on, but enough. The message is clear. This convention, this organization, the United Synagogue of America, its president, Mr. Kreutzer, its chief executive officer, Rabbi Epstein, and I said so to you personally. My colleagues on the staff, a very, very, very special group, we never get across, a wonderful group, you're going to love working with us. My very, 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 very special, they can't be mentioned enough. They never can be mentioned enough because of the Messiah's message. And all the other people, in this room and not in this room, say to you, David Bianco, we have chosen you as our president. That's not the right task. Carry on and give us the kinds of years so that next year we'll look back and say, we really, really came a long way thanks to you and your fellow officers. Yashikov, you are installed as the international president.
chapter presidents to regional presidents to board members to the international board to wonderful, awesome field workers to Jules and Rabbi Friedman. And it's all worth it. And I just want you to remember how you got here and what your wisdom was.
I'd like to start with a song. If you would all join me. Lo alecha hamlacha limor. Lo alecha limor. Lo alecha hamlacha limor. Lo alecha limor. Ve'lo ata Elohim lekimatem mimena. Ve'lo ata It's not up to you to complete the work, but you have no right not to work on it. Last year's USY board accomplished a lot. They've done a lot of work, but now our board is going to take what they've done and try to build on it. We met last night, and there were a lot of ideas, a lot of exciting possibilities. You're going to see a lot of new stuff this year, but we're also going to try to build on what was given to us by last year's fantastic board. In the upcoming year, I really do believe that we can go far. But first, I really have to say say, no, they're David Bianco's older, you know how they feel. Okay. Well, my point is, I would feel honored if several years from now, when somebody goes on the stationery, if they said, oh, you're the person who went after Hillary Buck. Because I think Hillary Buck is really somebody special. And I'm honored to take the gavel from her. I'm honored to have learned from her. And I just admire her and respect her more than I can say. Now, I want to tell you guys why I ran for international president. I figured that, hey, it's about time we have an international president with the name David. What do you say? Yes? Okay, all right, a few words about next year. Okay, first of all, just something that came out of our conversation last night at our board meeting, and a lot of you are curious about the USY board applications and things like that. There has been some discussion about 3 committees that we're throwing around the ideas of maybe forming them, and since a lot of you are maybe applying for board, I want you to know that we're looking at a leadership committee, a programming committee, and a RUAS, or a creative arts committee. And so just think about that if you're applying for board. But on the creative arts statement, this is something that's very important to me, and you'll be hearing more from me as the year goes on. I'd really like to see USY commit itself in the next year to creative expression of Jewish values. I think it's a really, really special way of expressing our Judaism. We'll talk about that. All right, I look forward to forming a great international board. That's that. Now, Chaverim, I want to talk to you about what happens when we go home. And I want to challenge you a little bit. Let's each of us leave here committed to 2 new things. 1, let this international convention inspire within each of us a greater commitment to USY in some way. Whether that means you're going to decide to go on USY higher pilgrimage or join Chalutzim or the 613 Mitzvot Club. Whether it means you're going to your regional convention or you're going to get more involved with your region. Whether it means you're going to plan a chapter program or run for chapter office. It's very important that we leave here. We take the skills we learned in our clubs, we take the knowledge we learned in our classes, and we bring that back to help make USY a better organization. And just to add one more thing for back to this list, maybe it means going out and finding one more member. So, I wonder if she loves her voice in this convention. All right, if we get one more member, if each of us gets one more member within the next week, Beth won't scream anymore, and we'll have 800 more members. This will be really cool, you know? 900, I don't know how many people. Okay, so that's that. Take something home from this convention and make a stronger commitment to USY, but equally as important. Come home from this convention with a stronger commitment to some new Jewish action. Yesterday, we davened together beautifully. This morning, we davened together beautifully. But what's going to happen tomorrow morning? What's going to happen on Shabbat? And the Shabbat after that? And the Shabbat after that? Being Jewish doesn't end when the convention ends. Jewish commitment doesn't end when the convention ends. Many of us had wonderful experiences at our pre-convention, wonderful Shabbatot. What about next Shabbat? On Tuesday, we participated in acts of giving Chasadim. I know a lot of us grew, a lot of us were inspired. I saw the Michael Jackson home, it was a guarantee. But we learned something about ourselves, and we learned something about giving Chasadim. Go home and find a project like that in your community. It's there. It's looking for you. Get involved. I look forward to seeing you all again at Heschel. See you, Warren. And at your regional conventions on pilgrimage, Wheels, and at Convention 89 in Philly. USY concerns and about your Jewish experiences, whether it's before you get on the plane today, whether it's at any of those times, whether it's in between those times. I look forward to hearing from you through the mail. My phone number is 314-KOSHER1. It's easy to remember. Yeah. Call anytime when it's not Shabbat in the central time zone. But I want to hear from you. I want to hear your concerns. I love you all. Go and study.
The regional presidents go back to the regional presidents. For the past 5 days, we've explored our connections with Eretz Israel. We have traced our connections back to biblical times, grappled with political issues, and explored our movement's contribution to the modern state.
What of us? What is our role? How can we make a contribution today? Do we have to live in Israel in order to express that commitment? In truth, there are many ways each of us can make our own contribution. Contributions to Tikkun Olam, planting trees through JM, becoming involved in political action on behalf of Israel, visiting Israel, studying there. All these are valuable contributions to B'nai Israel.
A Hasidic rabbi once said that by our service to God, we rebuild Jerusalem each day. One of us adds a row, another only a brick. When Jerusalem is completed, redemption will come. Through our deeds, we, as individuals, can make a difference.
For 33 summers, thousands of USYers have visited Israel with USY. Since that first flight took off in 1956 with 11 USYers, thousands have experienced Israel with open eyes and open hearts. It is those impressions we'd like to leave with you today as we return to our communities and travel our separate ways. We've eliminated the names of the USYers who wrote these moving talks so that the flow isn't interrupted, but we thank them for their insight and eloquence.
Dear Mom and Dad, I'm really here. I'm writing to you from beautiful Eretz Israel. I've only been here for 2 days now, but I'm so comfortable. I really feel at home. It's quite late at night here, although I think it's early in the morning where you are. Whatever, I'm exhausted. But there's so much that I want to tell you that I'm just going to write until I fall asleep. Well, Israel is even more beautiful than I expected, and I have such a warm feeling here. The moment I stepped off the El Al airplane and onto the runway at Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv, I was overcome with emotion. I was standing on the land of the Bible, the land of our ancestors, the homeland of the Jews, Israel. This is the place that I had read and learned so much about through my Jewish studies over so many years. The land that I wondered about and yearned to visit. And I was so happy to finally be here. I couldn't take my eyes off the landscape. Everywhere I looked, I saw only beauty.
Well, despite your worries and reluctance to send me to this seemingly dangerous land, I feel very safe here. The night we arrived here, we went to the old city in David Ma'ari, which I led. And then we went to the Kotel, the Western Wall. It was really an awesome feeling to say a silent prayer and kiss that ancient wall that continues to stand and be the place where all Jews in the world face when they pray. To
incredible beauty. The green, rolling hills of the north, the rocky barrenness of the south, or the crystal clarity of the Red Sea. I can tell you about the various institutions I visited. Kibbutz Hanaton, Israel's only conservative kibbutz. Yad Vashem, the powerful testament to the realities of the Holocaust. Or Yad Kashish, the lifeline for the old, where elderly citizens work, making crafts and fulfilling and extending their lives. Or I can describe the different places I went. The metropolitan hustle of Tel Aviv, the striking beauty of Lake Kinneret, and of the greens of Rosh Hashanah, or the oppressive heat in Eilat, and of the magnificence of the fortress of Masada. Or I could speak forever about my beloved Jerusalem, where the history of our people unfolded before my eyes.
But I won't. Rather, I'd like to share some personal experiences and observations. For instance, let me talk about a kippah. Here, a kippah is something that I grab as I run out of the house for shul. We're usually just leaving the car. In Israel, however, a kippah was just as important as my canteen, hat, and sunglasses. Something that I wore all the time without fear of being mocked or getting strange looks. It gave me a warm feeling to see a non-observant guy in my group probably displaying his Judaism everywhere he went, on top of his head. But the most profound impact the kippah had on me did not even involve the heads of anyone I knew. One day, after a hard day of traveling in Ashkelon, I changed glanced out the window of our bus. Next to us was a garbage truck, and on that garbage truck were 3 garbage men. And on top of the garbage men, securely clipped to their heads, were kippot. Another time, I ventured into Samson's gym, a weightlifting establishment in Jerusalem. In the middle of the floor, with about 180 kilograms on his back and a 40-gram kippah on his head, was a bodybuilder. These 2 events, each so simple in and of themselves, said something much more to me. They told me that I was in the home of the Jews, where my people belong. And they made me believe that Judaism is still strong in Israel, despite the conflicts between the religious and the non-observant.
Next are some of my experiences at the Kotel, my thoughts and feelings as I stood at the holiest place in the world. My first time there, I just reached out and I felt the stone. I felt the solidity of it and thought of how that rock is so analogous to the Jewish people. It has been around for thousands of years, and although it is cracked and worn, like the Jews, it has and it will continue to endure. And there was the Shabbat I davened at the wall, when I stood there, thinking of how every Jew in the world praised the spot where I was standing. My final night in Israel, when I visited the wall, I, for once in my life, had nothing to say. So I hummed the chorus of my favorite song, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. Yerushalayim Shel Zahav, V'shana Koshet V'shalor, Alol Shirayim, Ani Kinor. Jerusalem of gold, of copper, and of light, I am a harp for all of your songs.
On Tisha B'Av, the Jewish day of mourning, my group visited Har Bernstein, where, besides the graves of Theodore Herzl and Golda Meir, a military cemetery lies. We walked past rows after rows of graves, and grows
recently out of the army, standing in front of a grave, silent with tears, running out from behind his sunglasses. He was mourning his friend who had been killed in the same battle in the same tank where Tay, our medic, had been seriously injured during the Lebanese War. And close to him was a woman with two middle-aged men hunched over a grave, wailing a mournful cry. Her distress and sorrow touched each of our hearts. I finally realized that each tombstone was not just one soldier, but represented the grief of an entire family, friends, and loved ones. I realized that there are people dying to preserve not only Israel, but Judaism for Jews the world over.
Dear Mom and Dad, well, it's all over. I'm on the plane flying home. Well, flying back to the United States anyway. I feel like I just left home. I'm really going to miss that place. Actually, I already do. Not only am I going to miss Israel, but I'm going to miss everyone from my group. We've lived together for 6 weeks, and now we have to say goodbye. This has been the best summer of my life. We did so much in such a short period of time.
I'm so happy that you sent me to Israel this summer. Not only was it a lot of fun, I also gained so much from this experience. Obviously, I learned more about Israel itself than you could possibly imagine. My Hebrew improved. I feel more spiritual after being in Israel all summer. I gained an appreciation for the giving of tzedakah through our work with Danny Siegel. And finally, I made friends from all over the United States and Israel. I'm sure I'll remember and talk about this trip forever. Well, the flight attendants are about to serve us a meal, so I'm going to stop writing now. I can't wait to see you and tell you about everything. P.S. Do you think I can go again sometime?
There's a legend in the Talmud about Honi the serpent. Honi loved to plant trees. When he was very old, he could have sat back and enjoyed his old age. He persisted in planting seeds and saplings.
Once, when he was planting some trees along the side of the road on a very hot day, a much younger man and his son happened to wander by. They stopped and watched the old man stooped over, working so hard.
Old man, they shouted, why are you planting trees? It takes many years for a tree to grow and bear fruit. It's highly unlikely that you shall ever eat of its fruit.
Tony looked up, wiped his brow, and answered with great patience. If you look all around you, he said, you'll see many trees. Most of them are much older than me. They were planted by others who came before me. If others planted for me, I too must plant for those who will come after me.
That's what we've tried to do this week. We've tried to plant seeds for the future. Seeds which will grow and flourish and provide nourishment for the entire Jewish people.
God said to Abraham,
me by United